Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Ssds here today, and I'm going to be giving you a 3v3 commentary. I am playing Feral, Survival Hunter, Holy Priest into Fury Warrior, Enhancement Shaman, Priest, Jungle into Turbo. This is after the new hotfixes that just came out with the Holy Priest nerfs. Holy Priest nerfs didn't really matter. They don't really do anything. They're not very noticeable. They're very negligible. Just want to set that out there before we get into it. I just want to jump into it. I'm going to be starting off with what build I was running. I was playing Alpha Predator, Tip of the Spear, Wildfire Infusion, and Bloodseeker. I am playing the Nausea Soulbind, and I'm wearing a Battlemaster Relentless because I'm a human. If you're not a human, I recommend wearing a Medallion. Our strategy here is to get a double stun on the Warrior and the Priest, a Chastise here on the Shaman, trap off the Stun and Priest, and kill the Warrior. Um, Shaman is definitely hard to kill with his healing and intervene on him. So it's a lot easier to kill Warrior. The healing is lower on the Warrior, and there's no intervene to deal with here. So it's really about trying to do as much damage as you can, but also getting really clean goes here. So a human here right off the bat because or we're ready to stun. We get a double stun here. So a human to make sure we get it. Get the Chastise here. We do get Enrage regen. This is all of our cooldowns. Coordinated Assault, Berserk, the whole 9 yards. He's playing Aegis, which is kind of a weird decision by them. But we also get Guardian there, and we get Chain Harvest. So we do get a lot of healing cooldowns there. And now we just kind of do damage between go, but we also need to live. Because against a Fury Warrior, you need to be kiting their 8-stack Mortal Strike so it falls, so your Priest has an easier time healing through all the damage here. So just in between the goes, your Priest needs to try to be getting Chastised back as soon as he can. And you just gotta be kind of just keeping up the pressure, so maybe they're potentially using cooldowns or healing buttons in between the goes. So we right here, I get Stormbolted, unfortunately, during his bash, but I still get to trap off the bash. Warrior Trinket's Fear. And this goes kind of nullified here, because we do get Rally, but we're not going to get much more than that. We do get the clone off on the Priest. Actually, we do get Trinket there. I thought he Trinketed to go after, but no, we do. So we get Trinket, Rally there, Priest, Trinket, double Trinkets, and Rally. So that's pretty good here. That was their Nightfate Guardian wall as well. So they only really have Shaman Trinket left here. I'm a little on cooldowns, a little low on cooldowns. We still have Guardian and Ray of Hope and such, but I don't have Trinket, and I just used my Battlemaster, so all I have left is Turtle. So we're a little scared. This is Warrior cooldowns here, so we have to be very wary. Right now we're just kind of in live mode. This is essentially their go. We have to respect, run away, don't take too much unnecessary damage. I try to get the Holy Word Purge there. I do get it. We force the Fade, but we're still not quite ready for a go. Priest doesn't have Chastise. We do send it though, because Shaman Trinkets doesn't get the ground on the trap though, which is very fortunate for us. We do get Warrior Enrage regen because of that, and the Shaman Chain Harvest here. So we're looking pretty good. They're out of buttons. They don't really have anything left. They have Priest Will if we ever decide to fear the Priest, but we typically won't. But we're also kind of struggling. We don't have Guardian. We don't have Ray. Feral has nothing. All I have is Turtle. So we're still scared. It looks like we're in the driver's seat, but we are taking a lot of consistent damage. We're still definitely getting chunked by this team. So this is still not a free ball game. I try to go for a Silence Trap here on the Priest. We get Silence, we bash. I do unfortunately get Stormbolted here, so our double stun is kind of wasted. Yeah, I do try to get the trap off the bash, but it's not long enough, so it's a little bit unfortunate here. But so this is one thing that I kind of want to talk about here. This is the main reason why I highlight this game, other than Turbo being one of the hardest matchups for hunters in general, especially jungle. Is right here. You're gonna see me pop Coordinated Assault, and the main reason I do it is because I have a bomb proc. So what I was trying to achieve here is I know they have Guardians just falling, and they're gonna struggle to be able to heal through my damage without Guardian and Rage Regen or anything. So what I'm trying to achieve here, in between our stun goes, is I'm trying to get the Priest to burn his Serenity, the Shaman to burn his mana, so then when we do a go, they don't have as much healing. So I'm just trying to do as much damage here. I do get extremely lucky. You'll notice here, I have a little weak core that shows up right here. I do get a lot of bomb procs during this, so I do force a lot of healing here. So I'm just trying to get as much PvE damage out as possible, so when we do our go, they don't have many healing tools left to react. We are going to be doing our go soon. Priest has Chastise, we have Fear, we have the stuns. I have to just get out Holy Word, and I can throw the Intim. I do commit the Turtle because Our priest is ooming, and I know we win soon. We win extremely soon. Our priest unfortunately gets stunned on our go, but the shaman misses the ground, so we still get the chance on the shaman. This is berserk here. Warrior does fear, but they just got nothing left. They have no guardian, no trinkets, nothing, and that is the game right there. Um, Turbo is definitely one of the hardest matchups you can get as jungle. Um, it's very difficult to win, but that's kind of how you want to play it with Holy. With Disc, it's a little harder because it's harder to get the fears on the Shaman. You definitely have to be crossing the Shaman every go, and you have to be trying to kill the Warrior in the stun, or they'll always have a button. So you want to try to get a double stun on the Priest and the Warrior, Chastise Fear on the Shaman, and you want to just do as much damage as you possibly can on the Warrior. That you want to live in between the goes. But the number one mistake people will make is that they don't try to maximize their damage in between their goes. They just kite and try to live. But what you have to do is while they're trying to do their go, you still need to be doing your maximum damage rotation as you can, given if you have to turtle or you really need to kite to live. Obviously, that will restrict your ability to do damage, but you need to be maximizing the damage because right here, we'll go back a little bit. When I coordinate assaulted, if I'm not doing all this damage here, the priest isn't burning through serenities, the shaman isn't burning through their heals, and they're not as scared. Is like we have to just be keeping constantly doing damage. So he's also going to the ghost low. So like what like he's already at 70% health when he goes into the double stun go. So that's 30% less of his health that we have to do in that double stun go. Like that. He's at 76. He gets the fleshcraft. We kick it. He's already lower, so that's less health we have to do in the go. And it's a berserk and everything's dead. So you definitely want to have clean setups, as clean as you can, but don't over force yourself into setups. Don't not do anything in between the goes, or they'll just run over you. So I'm just gonna get right into it. I'm gonna explain the build. I'm doing the same build. If you watch the other video, my Priest Turbo, I am running the same build. I'm running Alpha Predator, Bloodseeker, Tip the Spear, Wildfire Infusion. I'm wearing a Battle Master. I am running Chimeral Sting instead of Trank Darts. Usually I would run Trank Darts in the rest of the druids, but I feel currently in this meta and the way that Survival Jungle plays, that Trank Darts doesn't have as much value as it did last season. I think Chimeral Sting is better for having longer extended CC chains, reducing healers' effectiveness, and trying to get as long and clean up goes as you can. So I prefer Chimeral Sting here. So let's just jump right into it. The strategy is going to be the exact same as the Priest server was, where we're going to be going Warrior, going to be Chastise Fearing the Shaman, and we're going to be double stunning the Warrior and the Druid. But there's a lot more emphasis in this matchup to do consistent damage. Because with Druid, a lot of their stuff is preventative, is like proactive. They want to pre-armbar, pre-scenario ward, and such like that. So you want to be forcing out, like maybe a scenario ward before a go, an ironbar before the go, an NS before the go. So right there, we do our stun there. They commit the parry. They had scenario ward up, so now we have to just kind of react to their go. I should have feigned out that spirit a little sooner, but we do Rayhope Guardian, so we're fine. So right here, we're gonna be kiting, living, but also maximizing our damage. We don't want to just be sitting on our laurels doing nothing. We want to be forcing here. Because see what happens here, because I'm doing consistent damage, I force the Kyrian file proc, the auto file that Mechanicos has for Kyrian warriors. We force that, so now they don't have that during our go. So when the warrior's getting low, he won't have that. We also force Ironbark preemptively, and all I did there is I was just doing damage and we Chimeral Sting. That's all we did. So it's very important especially just into most root comps, always be maximizing your damage. If you're only doing burst damage, it's gonna be super easy for them to react, super predictable. They're gonna be able to handle it. But if you're constantly putting up pressure, it's gonna be harder and harder for these druids to get the Ironbarks on the goes, to extend their send wards on the goes, flourish the goes, whatever. It's gonna be a lot harder for them to do that. So they have to use cooldowns, desync. They have to NS when maybe they don't want to. They're just going to commit healing buttons they don't want to. So we get the Kyrian file auto prompt. We get the Ironbark. We still have our double stun go here, so we just have to wait for Ironbark. They even chain harvest there. They mainly did it offensively, but We can do it there. We get it there. So now all I have to do is just get a trap here. I harpoon. I get stopped. I do force the war banner. We still have double stun. We chastise shaman, main warrior, bash druid. I get the trap off. We get the fear on the shaman here. We're gonna do a lot of pressure here. He does have a full row of pots, and we didn't have too much damage here, so it was a little unfortunate. Um, that's like the main. That's the main thing is like we're getting the damage now, but we do end up forcing parry. Parry's not too like big cooldown. It helps him live, and it's definitely you can't. It's hard to kill through parry. Parry's such a short cooldown that it's not like, oh, we force parry, we can like win soon. They're gonna have it back up relatively soon here. Right here is a little bit lucky. I don't have Feign Death for the Kyrie Spear, but the Druid vortexes his spear, which puts me on DR, so I get out of the spear, so that's very useful. We clone the Warrior low. He trinkets. Druid unfortunately trinks my trap, but we can now chastise the Druid if we want for CC. We could chastise Fear. We get the double Fear, stun the Warrior, no trinket here. Shaman's Fear breaks, so he gets the Tremor. Late, we just intim the Druid. I wanted to chastise the Druid off this, but we chastise Shaman. Get a half clone, half MC on the Shaman here. We're still causing a lot of pressure. We get Rally here. We get the Kyrian stun. And they're going to recover. Druid's 4-set procs. There's Rallying Cry. They're going to recover here. So now we definitely have to try to live. But we have somewhat of a win condition. They don't have Iron Bar quite yet. They're getting it relatively soon. But they still have Druid Trinket. And I believe he has NS here. So they still definitely have buttons. But there is a window. There's no warrior buttons left. It's only Druid can save him. So if the Druid doesn't have NS, there's nothing much he can really do here. So we bash here. We go for the trap off. We're going to fear the Shaman. I am unfortunately going to break the fear on the Shaman, but it was for good reason. I had my tier set proc, so I'm definitely going to be firing my bombs off here. Chain Harvest. Didn't do too much. Didn't crit on the Warrior, and we're just going to kill here. He gets the Iron Bark off the end, but he didn't have NS, so he couldn't really save him. Druid did have Trinket, so this game definitely could have lasted a lot longer, but as you can see, I still have Battlemaster, I still have the turns, Free still has Trinket, we just used Guardian there, it does proc though, unfortunately, so we're running a little low on cooldowns, but we're definitely still looking pretty good here. Turbo seems a lot easier this season than last season, mainly because the Survival's tier set and the Feral Druid's 2 set. We have a lot more consistent damage, and we also have a lot of burst damage. And we have another extra bursty go with the Druid 4 set, because Berserk Lead is a lot of damage. Right, I hope you guys enjoyed, though. Leave me any feedback on these commentaries. Any more videos you'd like me to do, please comment down below. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot. See you guys later. Peace.